Oh, thank you so much, Linda. Wow. Wow, you've given me, I think I'm going to pick up where you actually were speaking about fear. And also what Barbara was saying. Let me stop and once again, express my gratitude to everybody here. Clearly, I'm caught in the moment. It's really an honor to be here in this amazing room of extraordinary souls and bright lights. Thank you so much, and thank you for that welcome to really launch this conversation. Barbara, you were speaking about how you hold the vision for scarcity making way for abundance, and for power over making way for power with, for fear making way of, I'm not sure if you said it, hope, and I'd also like to add curiosity. And this is what I just learned from you, Linda, is that if we can replace fear with curiosity and awe and wonder, and perhaps creative thinking, because fear and creativity really cannot coexist, then we really stretch the edges for possibilities for new solutions to old problems. So thank you both very much, all three of you. Thank you. You know, I've been spending a lot of time in the work of women's leadership. I've been spending a lot of time paying attention to the patterns of, at least in the last couple of 100 years, of the feminist movement. And while some movements have bubbled up as inspired by great tension and or wars or conflict in our world, I'm also seeing a new pattern emerge. After the events of 9/11, Dr. Diana Eck from Harvard University pulled together a small group of interfaith women together to come to Cambridge to explore the new wave of feminism of women's interfaith movement, because women were responding. We woke up, and rather than pounding the pavement and pumping our fists, which the other movements have been known for, perhaps that wounded feminine and the wounded masculine. Yuka, thank you so much for that insight. But nonetheless, exploring what this meant, where rather than this more fierce and demanding approach to balance in our world, now we were coming at solutions by conforming to our highest and our deepest values of our traditions, of our faith traditions. And now here we are, again, in another, what might be looked at as another wave of feminism, if we're looking at some of the most obvious evidence, and that's millions of people marching, men and women, by the way, marching in the streets. It's a pretty good sign that the divine feminine is really trying to get our attention here, and the divine masculine. And so after the events of 11/9, I can say, we used to say the events of 9/11, now I say the events of 11/9, with the United States presidential election. We received at the Charter for Compassion, no exaggeration, about 2,500 emails and phone calls in just the 4 days after that event. People really hungry and looking for answers and ways to express themselves, and those who are feeling disempowered and confused, and they're coming in from all over the world, by the way. People were really shredded by this experience. It brought people to their knees, and I say that was very good. I'm sorry for the suffering that it caused, but I think it's very good because we are once again woke. But now I think we're staying woke. So I'm going to combine a couple of answers. I don't think I'm playing by the rules. Perhaps, Mrs. Saionji, I'm running some red lights here by, not staying to just one particular topic. But that brings me to myself, to what I can do. And what moves me from reacting to responding? And I've been doing a deep dive on this. I've been doing a lot of journaling and journeying over the last couple of weeks, looking at this, about really what does it mean? How do I stop myself from being so reactionary? Because need to be a leader. I feel the sacred task. I feel the responsibility. And actually, it was in a conversation with my husband that he pointed out that, yes, being mindful is one thing, but how do you get to mindful? If you're heated up, if the oxytocin's rolling, and if you are like fierce and angry and you want to pounce, you want to protect, Mother Bear is here, and I'm going to stop you from harming all that I consider sacred. And my husband, bless his heart, pointed out, well, it's one thing to be mindful, but now we can be timeful. It's the space. Allow ourselves that space. And that becomes a habit, to be timeful, to allow that space where the feminine and the masculine now can dance. And since I've been aware of this, they're not quite dancing, they're boxing it out. Then we get to a dance, and then I can respond. And sometimes that's only 1 minute. And so my 5 minutes are up. So with that said, thank you, Mrs. Saionji, Mr. Saionji. My commitment is to do everything I can to make your vision come true. Thank you.